Meh. Wow, that's way worse than it was. All right. So it is January 3rd. I'm just got off work this morning. I'm headed down to Alabama on some public. Me and a few buddies go down and bow hunt every year that first week of January or so. So I'm going to be down here for about 5 days. See how it goes. Got some spots that we found last year, and I got lucky last year and shot a decent deer. So I'm going to try to film a little bit this year, and I don't know, maybe I'll get lucky again. We'll see. So settle in with us, and yeah, see you soon. Wild morning. We I didn't get to do an interview right at daylight because I just got set up like 10 minutes ago, 15 maybe. I started my walk, and first time I've ever had anything like this happen before. I stepped over a log, twisted my ankle, and felt a huge pop. Pretty sure it was dislocated, and then I tried to move my foot again, and it popped real hard again. And so I just sat there for like 5 or 10 minutes until it stopped hurting. Now it's just real sore, so I kept walking. Got over here to my spot, climbed up, or I went to go climb up, and didn't find my pull rope. So at some point on the walk in, it came off my saddle. Because I've got one of those reels. So I'm going to try to find that on the way out. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know. So we'll see. Yesterday we saw a big deer chasing a doe right down here in this bottom. I'm hoping he's around here somewhere and he's going to have her pinned up against this river, locked down against this river. I hope. The wind blowing right here and sucking into that river. So, in a really good spot. It's over a mile to where I'm at, but I don't know exactly how far. Alright, stick with us, we'll see how it goes. I didn't see a single deer until 10 something. So there's that little buck with the broken side. So looked like his beam was broke off, like right close to his brow tine. So on the one side. So I don't know. I'm debating whether or not to go ahead and get down. Wind's swirling pretty bad down there in this bottom with the daytime wind, so. But it's a good spot for the evening, so I don't really know for sure what to do. Might just take a quick nap and then hang out for the rest of the day. My ankle's starting to hurt pretty bad, so I might have to calm down just to get a rest on it, but get some rest for it. But, and I didn't think about it, but I took some ibuprofen this morning for a headache from too many adult beverages last night. And then when I did that with my ankle, I bet that anti-inflammatory was helping it. And now it's starting to wear off. Alright. Well, it is about an hour before dark. Maybe an hour and a half. We'll see. About an hour and 15 minutes before legal end of shooting. I haven't seen a deer since 10:30. Quick update on my ankle. It is very large. So I've got a long way back to the truck. So we'll see how that goes. It's not going to be a very fast-paced venture out. Also, Jeremy, the guy that I'm down here with, one of the guys I'm down here with, he sent me a picture of his bow, and his string's broke. He was getting ready to go in this evening, and the string popped. So we're trying to find a string for it locally, so that we can get him back going tomorrow at the latest. If not, I don't know what we're going to end up doing, so. Because now, like, I cannot get a deer out of the woods by myself right now, the way my ankle feels. No way. So, even cutting it up and packing it out, it would still suck. So, alright, I'm going to shut up because it's getting close to prime time. Maybe I'll get rewarded for all this bad luck we're having. Jeez. Meh. We're didn't really get an update earlier or last night. I ankle was hurting pretty bad. It took me a long time to get out. I did check the arrow. Arrow looks good. There's blood immediately, and then right there where the deer stopped, there's not as much blood as I'd hoped though. So we'll see. I watched the video. Video looked good initially, but the more I watched it, I realized his front leg, he'd already taken a step, so his front leg was already back a little bit, and what looked good ended up might be a touch back and a little low. So I'm hoping that it got one lung at least and liver, but I'm not 100%, which is why we gave him all night. It said it was supposed to be down to 43 last night, but my truck right here says 36. So hopefully he's all right if he laid all night, if he died pretty quick. I just had a gut feeling not to go after him. I was afraid to jump him. I don't want to risk it. Yeah, so stick with us. Hopefully we find him here shortly. I'm gonna wait till daylight. I'm just getting here early so that nobody goes in here to hunt, and then I have to stomp around and look for this deer and mess up their hunt. So not that I don't want to try to say, I'm not trying to save the spot and keep anybody out of there. I'm just trying to keep them from getting walked in on and stomped all around. So all right, well, stick with me and maybe we'll find him here not long after daylight. My ankle's still sore, so I'm going in here by myself. My buddy Jeremy, his string broke yesterday, so so he's going to Crocker's Custom Strings a little bit north of Birmingham, and that guy he was awesome to work with. He's like, hey, just be here at 8 in the morning and he'll get you fixed up. So I think he's gonna build him a string and paper tune it and everything, get it set up for him again so that he only misses, this morning hunting, so which is awesome. Lots of people offered to help on the Alabama WMA Hunter page, the Alabama public land page. So it was pretty cool. A lot of people real willing to help and understanding of a crappy situation for him. So we just had bad luck yesterday. It was awful. My ankle and his bow. So unfortunately, I'm going to be by myself in here this morning. So I don't think I'm even going to take the cart. I believe I'm just going to go in there and cut him up. I don't have I don't have my game bags or anything. I've got a trash bag. I'm just going to do whatever I can. So we'll see how it goes. So might be in for a long day, morning, whatever. All right, so we're back in here this morning. I'm gonna go over here and see if we can find him. We gave him overnight because of the footage. So the more I looked at it, I realized he had just taken a step, so his leg was further back than what I thought. So even though the shot looked good, like right behind his shoulder, he was a little bit back, and that's probably why he was acting liver shot. So I'm not real positive, but I think I just seen a coyote take off from up on top of the hill, so that's probably not good. Man, if they got to him, I'm gonna second guess my decision, but I was just afraid those small fixed blades, they don't bleed a whole lot, but I've got such a short draw length that I like to shoot them for penetration. So I don't know, we'll see how it goes. I'll show you what the shot sight and stuff looks like. So here's my tree. I was right up there in between all that stuff. So shot the deer over here on this hillside. He was 42 yards. He was standing like right there. So we'll see what it looks like when we get over there. Okay. So here's the shot sight. You can see there's some decent blood. There's the arrow. It doesn't look like guts, but we'll see.
The arrow looks good, but we'll see. There's pretty good blood right here at impact, but the way the deer acted, and I watched him for 30 minutes and he didn't go down, so I know if it's lung, it's one lung for sure, and hopefully liver. I mean, hopefully he didn't suffer, but I wanted to make sure I gave him plenty of time and didn't jump him. So the blood that I'm finding looks like liver, honestly. It's pretty dark, but it looks pretty good right here already. And it's still wet, so I know it's not superficial blood, because muscle blood would already dried up, see, so it's definitely fatal. Like, I just don't know for sure what's... It looks like he kind of went this way, so let's look and see what we can find. Let me turn my tracker on Onyx and make sure we get the whole thing, so I can tell where I looked, searched, and didn't. We're back on here. I was pretty sure I saw him go like right up through here, but I don't know, like maybe he went back up this way, because it sounded like he came back the way that he came from, but I can't tell. I don't see any blood this way. Alright, little progress. We finally just found a direction of travel. Just guessed a direction of travel. Not found, guessed a direction of travel. And then did a big circle, came up a holler, and I walked up on him. I thought he was dead. He had his head down, but he almost looked, or not down, but he had his head up, but he almost looked like he was dead, and I couldn't get a shot right there where I was at. He's like 30 yards. So I cut over to the left trying to get a shot. He never moved his head or anything, so I thought he was dead. And then I was trying to get to where I had a little opening and to make sure that I could shoot again, and I saw his ear twitch, and then I tried to draw back and it was too late. He already took off. So he took off and down the holler, so I circled way around trying to get in front of him, and I sat right here and listened, and then I heard him move down on the bottom, and he was not moving very good when he got down here, and I finally squeezed another shot off right here and hit his offside shoulder. And here's an update of what's going on. We're down here in the river. I've got no real way to get down to get him up the side of it. Also, I've got my freaking ankle situation. So I'm going to try to lasso him with this dude, and I'm going to get over there and try to pull him up that little cove there, just so I can get him somewhere. Other than that, it's like got to be like, we got to go up right here. So I don't know, maybe I can get my rope and try to, I don't have a pull, I don't know. Anyways, that's what we're doing. So I'm going to show you a better view of this dude here. So you can't really tell, but he's, other side's down in there. I shot him like right here, and he fell down into the creek. And yeah, as you know, dislocated my ankle yesterday, so it's feeling super great now. I got down there and on that little thing and pulled him right up here, so just so I can get him up this little hill. But here he is. He's not a giant by any means, but I could not pass him in Alabama. I mean, with a bow. I mean, shoot. He's a pretty good deer, so I'm gonna show you where the shot hit. So this was that first one. So it's a little back. Like I said, his leg was more like this when I shot. So it was a little bit back, but not terrible. I thought, I didn't think it would make it all 24 hours. Not 24 hours, but a whole night. So, and that was that follow-up shot. I had an angle from that side. So, but, yeah. Alright, now the hard work begins, because I've got a busted ankle. Have to either quarter him up or drag him up this hill so I can get to the cart up here. And it's a long way to the truck, so I'll probably, I mean, I can get the cart pretty easy. There's a logging road I could get the cart to, but yeah, so he's not a bad deer. I mean, I couldn't pass him, so I'm proud of it. A lot of hard work, especially this busted ankle getting down here and staying after it. So, all right, let's start the work. All right, I don't know if you can tell how swollen that ankle is, but here's an update. We're cutting her up, waiting on some help. I used up all my energy getting him up out of the river, or out of the damn creek. So, oh wow. Wow, that's way worse than it was. Alright, well, wish me luck here. Take another break. I gotta let my, taking a break to let my foot rest and get it out of that boot. Whenever I put it in that boot, it constricts it and it makes it swell even worse. It starts throbbing, so I know I have to stop and untie it and let it rest for a minute. In retrospect, I probably should have just went out. So probably should have just came out yesterday whenever I dislocated my ankle instead of hunting all day. But I guess that's stupidity or dedication. I don't know. Or I guess whatever you want to call it. But I was planning on having help last night. Is why I was okay with shooting it, because my buddy was going to come help, and then his string broke. So he had to deal with that emergency, and now here we are. He's on his way in here now, so at least he's going to be able to help me pack him out a little ways. Getting ready to put my boot back on and start trudging back up through there, I guess. Yeah, in retrospect, hindsight's 20/20. But next time I dislocate my ankle, probably not going to continue to hunt for that day, just in case. This is rough. I don't know, it feels about like 50 pounds, 50, maybe 60 pounds on my back. I just quartered him up. The only thing I left was the inner loins, because where I hit liver and one lung, and it cut through the diaphragm into the stomach cavity. I didn't have any stomach matter in there, but all that dark, nasty blood was in there and like congealed on the tenderloins, and it was just great. It was nasty in there, so that's the only thing that I left. Everything else I took with me as much as I could, as quickly as I could, just because it's probably in the 50s today, but it's overcast, so, and I've got a 2-mile journey out. Yeah, we'll see how it goes.